Oh, you got that in there twice. Nice. All right.
I wish the Caleb Williams line was a little bit clearer than it is. But
was that the one where it says blow out his knee?
Yeah.
I didn't catch who it was. I just heard blow out his knee.
Yeah, it's. I hope Caleb doesn't blow out his knee.
Well, welcome to PSC. Wait, no, what are we? PSC.
Yeah, PSC.
Pacific Sports Central. But today we're only Pacific. Or wait, we're only Pacific South today. Central's under the weather, so we're just gonna go some random stuff.
That's what we do best.
That's right. I mean, we might go 3 hours. We might go 30 minutes. I guess it all depends who passes out first.
Right, exactly. You got your beers. I got my dubs. I mean, here we go. Let's see if you'll hang longer.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, let's start with Olympics because we won't touch much on it probably.
Probably not.
No, opening ceremony. The whole
shit show,
drag Jesus show thing they called it.
It's a shit show.
That was horrible.
Right. Horrible. On the world stage, you can't do something like that. I don't know. Look, I understand that they're all proud to be gay and lesbian and trans and pluses and minuses and stars and fucking circles. Personally, I'm tired of it getting thrown on my face. Like every turn that they can do it, they do it. And it just, I don't know. It's just that wasn't the place for them to make some whatever fucking statement they were trying to make, in my opinion.
You know, they're going to make their opinions. It's the one percenters. I don't know why they wanted to please the one percenters. I don't know if they did demographics, if those if the one percenters watch the Olympics more. I don't know. But the whole Last Supper deal, that was a bit too much.
You're the guy came out and said that he didn't do that on purpose, right? That was totally just coincidental and it didn't mean to happen that way.
Well, did they choreograph it? I mean, did they just wing it? Did they do what we're doing right now?
The guy's full of shit is really what I'm getting at with that.
That's like Clinton saying, I smoked, but I didn't inhale.
Right. Fucking Bill Clinton.
Hey, maybe one day he'll be on here. Probably not. I'll get a picture of him. He can sit up, put him in the middle there and be like, hey.
Right. Or, just put him like right over here one day. We'll just put a picture of him right here.
Yeah, and I was also reading that they had to have a lot of their swimming events postponed because, I don't know how you say it, the Seine River. I guess too polluted, not safe enough. And it finally passed testing the other day. And why would that even be an option? And I was reading more about it. I guess that's one of a heavily polluted river over there. What's that river in New Jersey? Yeah, that'd be like taking the Olympics to Jersey and going in there. River? The one Kramer would go swimming in.
Right, yeah.
Why is that an option?
And that's where the opening ceremonies were too. They were riding down that river.
Yeah, because they had the boats going down. You had the dude that lost his wedding ring.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it was one of the athletes lost his wedding ring on the boats in that deal.
In that river? Yeah, you're never getting it back.
Yeah. And since we're on the river, if it's not safe enough for them to swim in, they got powerboat racing in the Olympics. I mean, come on.
I think the heptathlon or one of those has to swim through the fucking open water somewhere, I think.
Well, yeah, I'm talking powerboat racing.
Yeah, they don't have powerboat racing. No.
Oh, probably because, kind of like NASCAR, the machine is doing the work.
Right.
Ouch. Didn't see that one coming. That's kind of like drafting a punter.
Hey, drafting a punter works. First round, he's going to win you games.
It wasn't first round.
Appreciate it.
He wasn't.
No, you're right. He wasn't first round. He was just drafted. That's right.
Now he was like 4th round or something, or 6th round. The Bears, I think, did do one. I think it was Todd Sauerbrunn. Oh, that's where I really get it from. But anywho, so back to the Olympics.
Right.
The men's team in the actual basketball won today, 2-0.
Yes, they did.
But I don't know if you've been watching the 3-on-3. The U.S.
Oh,
men.
I heard we got smoked.
No, they ain't smoked. They lost 19-17.
I heard something like they had the worst shooting percentage like in the tournament so far.
Well, they're 0-2 in pool play, so not looking good.
Who's on the team? I know Jimmer Fredette's one of them.
Jimmer Fredette, the Canyon Barry. I think he's son, nephew, grandson of Chuck Berry or Rick Barry, whoever played in
Rick Barry. Well, Brent Barry, he played in the league, and John Barry.
But definitely not Dingleberry.
But not Dingleberry. No. Dingle did not make the team.
I don't know who
he was
the
stuck.
3rd and 4th guys are, but yeah, that would be an interesting sport. You'd think the U.S. would be ranked higher in that, but
right. Well, we have a league for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying?
They have a league, but you know what? Go get these guys off the street courts. That's who you want on the Olympic team.
Right.
If you want to win. Yeah, they may have records. They may open carry when they shouldn't.
Does Jimmer even play in the Big Three? I don't even think he plays in the Big Three. Like, why? I
don't know. I think he was a name, but you could get better guys. Just go to the metro cities, hit L.A., New York, Chicago. Get them off the courts.
I'm just saying, as a nation, I'm kind of agreeing with you though. But as a nation, we should be able to just take 3, like even random NBA guys. And I'm not even saying we need to take NBA guys, but we should be able to take 3 random college guys and go over there and go fast.
I could see you more with your college point than I can with the NBA. Look at the egos in the NBA. That would not work. Right. College, I could see college, but get some hoopers. 3-on-3.
I mean, Jimmer Fredette's good.
He's not
in the NBA, and obviously not in 3-on-3 tournaments.
No, that's not good for them.
Yeah. So are they out, or are they like?
No, that's just pool play.
Yeah, but don't you have to qualify in pool play though?
I think the pool play is seeding. I don't know. I didn't read more into it. I just saw they lost 0-2, and I was like, shit. I mean, shoot.
Embarrassing.
U.S., I think, has 30 total medals. I think France is 2nd with like 26, and then China. But we ain't got the most golds. We only have like 3 or 5 golds. But we got the most medals. Golds?
The Germans, maybe?
Is it China? Might be China.
Let's find out here.
You're going to pull up the ESPN app?
Well, no, I'm just going to Google it real quick.
You can just go to the ESPN app, hit more sports, and then hit Olympics.
Yeah, but the ESPN app takes so long to load.
Does it?
Yeah, it does on my phone, or it used to. I don't even know if I have the ESPN app anymore. I have the MLB app,
right.
But that's
I got it up right here. I got it already.
China.
Yep. China's got 9. There's actually a lot of countries more than us in golds. France, China, Great Britain. I think that's Australia, Japan, Korea,
South Korea, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was another big blunder with the Koreas. Did you see and hear about that one? But they introduced the South Koreans. They introduced them as the Democratic People's Republic. That's North Korea. Talk about a blunder. That dude got fired.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that announcer. He's gone.
He might be dead by now. Kim Jong-un might have already got him.
Then
so they also had are the Aussies killing it in the pool? Is that where they're getting these medals? I can't believe Australia has 7 medals.
I don't know. One of the Koreans won gold and I guess did the best ever in sharpshooting or something, set some record.
Oh yeah, we didn't even get anybody on the fucking podium for that one, I heard.
Well,
no, Americans don't know how to shoot guns.
Well, probably not. They probably don't train as much as the South Koreans in case there's an invasion. So they should have more sharpshooters. There's Kim Jong-un. Take him out.
He wouldn't be very hard. He's kind of fat.
So yeah, I could see them being a good sharpshooting country. But their ping pong team, I think both ping pong teams.
That's true. Yeah,
got first and second gold, and they each won or something. But they took it was North and South Korea because there was a selfie. Okay. I was reading about it this morning. For the morning, bathroom reading material,
right?
And had they took a selfie. The athletes did of them all together. I'm like, them North Koreans. They gone when they get back. They being fed to the dogs.
Yep. I'll tell you what, though, that table tennis is pretty crazy, man. Those guys fucking get it done. They're fucking whipping that ball.
Can they do like Forrest Gump?
Better.
Oh.
I know. Forrest had the two arms going. I know he's pretty good, but
I'd probably watch the Olympics more if they put more interesting sports on when I feel like watching them. I guess I could.
They have a primetime show that's supposed to be like all the best shit, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, but is ping pong going to be in there? I'd like to watch some of that ping pong. I'd like to watch the sharpshooters. Who are the target faces for the sharpshooters?
It's probably just a ring. But I'm sure you can pull that shit up on YouTube.
Probably. The Trump rally shooter, was he maybe doing an audition for that? I mean, who knows?
Shit. That guy can shoot his way out of a wet paper bag.
I said auditioning. That was his only way. He probably should have figured he'd have been killed, though.
Yeah. No shit. Yeah. I don't know. I've watched a few podcasts about that. I have lots of questions about what the fuck went on that day.
Yeah. It's wonder if he got Epstein. Clinton, I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
Who knows, man? I don't know. I hate to say it because it sounds like a wacko, but I think it was an inside job, man. I think somebody from the deep state fucking wanted to kill him, to be honest. But
yeah, acted alone. He may have, but
right?
Where'd he get the thoughts? Where'd he hang out? Right. Who was he with when he would go out? He had no friends, but who was that guy in the dark trench coat?
The smelly kid too. He's a smelly kid.
Vehicle,
He's a smelly kid.
Probably.
Did you also another quick one on the Olympics? Did you hear about the beds in the for the athletes? You hear about this one? They're cardboard, bro. They want these people to sleep on cardboard beds.
They're not in hotels?
No, this is in like the athletes' quarters or not athletes. I don't know what they call it. Yeah, but no, they like what France provided for the Olympic athletes was cardboard beds. The United States basketball team is not staying there. They got their own places.
Oh man, you just kind of ruined what I was going to say. I bet it was LeBron's idea. He's used to flopping on the floor, but you ruined that.
Well, Jimmer's not probably staying there. They can't afford that shit.
Yeah, and I was reading somewhere, U.S. Olympic medal winners, they don't get that much for winning a medal. Because I was also reading, was it Flavor Flav? Flavor Flav sponsored the women's water polo team or something.
Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, put a bunch of money into them. Because apparently they had like 2-3 jobs and were trying to be Olympic athletes.
That's so crazy.
Did we cover enough Olympics?
I think so, personally.
I don't think there's anything else because there's baseball's not in it, softball's not in it. But they should be back for the next one. At least softball is.
Really?
Yeah, softball will be back. I don't know about baseball. Maybe baseball.
I think they're gonna do flag football in the next one too, supposedly.
Well, Hey, I just learned there's a whole league for that. Did you know that?
Yeah.
I saw it on TV.
No. I saw. I think Chad Ochocinco was playing in like a pickup like flag football game. I think a couple months ago. Maybe there was a league in that. I don't know. Yeah, but no, I did not know there was a league. Did not know.
Yeah, I saw it. I couldn't even tell you what channel. You know, and you're flipping through. You know, for us guys, right. It's not what's on; it's what else is on.
Right.
I got to that one and I stopped. I stopped and said, "Hey, I don't need to know what else is on. Let me watch this."
It's pretty entertaining too. I would assume.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
But I'll tell you what: if we lose that one, then we got real problems. Because I've heard,
trying to think what other countries would even do it. That won't be in the Olympics.
They're saying they're going to put flag football in the Olympics. Like, I think it's supposed to be next.
How many other teams or countries do that?
Oh, okay, you didn't hear about the under 18 like real football team for the United States?
No,
they took the team over to Japan and they fucking got throttled by Japan, like 40 to like 20.
Now, was it the Japan team? Was it 18 and under as well?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure they weren't playing, full-grown adults, because then I was like, okay, I could see that. Well, look, you might be 18 and under over there in Japan, but if you're going to be a sumo wrestler over there, you're playing the offensive and defensive line.
Well, of course. But you got to have skill players to score 40-something points.
Hey, those might be the best offensive lines. I mean, Emmitt Smith could have run for 30,000 yards if that was his line.
Probably could have, but still, I'm just saying. Pretty sad that we take our game over to Japan and lose to Japan.
No,
sad.
I can totally see it, because what kind of style ball were they playing? If it's like high school ball, hey, like around here, hey, it's the option.
Well, I have heard a little bit more about that. They only had, I think, like 3 to 5 practices before going over there, which is not a good fucking deal either. But
no,
I don't know. You would think we could at least scheme some sort of defense to stop any other country, to be honest. I don't know.
You would think, but again, these are high schoolers, and how many high schools out there have like a prolific offense to put enough players on one team? Because they took them from other areas. And look how many teams are out.
This is like U18. This is supposed to be like our fucking best bunch of kids, supposedly.
Yeah. You might have had the best quarterback in the country, but when you're running an option with a guy that doesn't run, or what is that? The Switzer formation? God, what is that?
Wishbone.
The wishbone. If you're running that, it's not hard to stop. I watched
they weren't running that.
I'm like, why are you even putting receivers out there? They know you're going to run it. What's the point? They don't even cover half of them. Just go kind of halfway out there.
Just run the wing T. That's the best offense ever in high school.
Maybe next time they go over there, they'll practice 10 times.
Maybe. But again, I'm still thinking, I'm almost positive that they're supposed to do flag football in the next one. But neither here nor there. It's enough Olympics. You're right.
Well, hey, we got the banner up as random sports topics, so we'll just, random it. Hey, Cubs won today, 13-4. Finally,
hey,
they're still in last. Yeah, Kyle Hendricks only gave up 3 runs, not 9.
That's good.
Trade deadline. What do you think on some trade deadlines moves?
There was a lot of, I don't know. It seemed like as I was going through my fantasy rosters and stuff, there's a lot of guys that got traded. I didn't even know got traded. I didn't even hear about it. Ian Kinsler, I don't know. He used to play for Texas. Now he plays for Toronto.
Ian Kinsler, he retired quite a few years ago.
No, it's how you gonna make me look it up? All right, but no, I kind of liked it what the Mariners did. I mean, Justin Turner though, he's not gonna last very long.
They got Turner? He's like 39.
That's what I'm saying. He's the oldest. He's the oldest position player in the league.
Oh, so he must be older than that.
No, I think he's 41, maybe. You're right around the right age. You're in the ballpark. I'll tell you that. And we picked up I don't know, can't say his last name, but he was an all-star last year. Outfielder. He's played well so far since he's been here, but he's batting .219 on the year. I was wondering how we got him. Oh, because he's only batting fucking 200. Okay, makes sense now. And we didn't give up a lot for what we got, so I'm somewhat happy. But I don't know, man. This I know we were going to talk about it, maybe later about playoff pitcher and such, but I'm not confident at all, man. Our fucking offense is still shit. Julio's out still. Yeah.
And he's even having a down year.
Yeah, he's having a very down year compared to last year. But he also batted fucking like 450 and had like 15 home runs in like July last year.
Yeah.
Or from mid-July till August. He was hot as shit after the All-Star break.
Yeah. Dodgers, man, they kind of went all in. They added more pitching. They even got rid of one of the pitchers they signed. They're starting to get healthy. They're all in for the World Series. If they don't win, they're spending like the Yankees in the 90s before they were winning the championships, before they said, hey, let's spend money on the right guys instead of top dollar on whoever. Cubs made a couple moves, got a couple relievers, which, we needed. They traded Christopher Morel, which I kind of like that move, but it's for Isaac Paredes, or however you say his name. He was on the Cubs before, and they traded him away.
Oh, the third baseman guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on my team. I have him on I had him on my fantasy roster.
In today's lineup, he had the third highest, if I remember correctly, the third highest batting average at 245. Bellinger was 277, and I want to say Suzuki was 270. Then Ian Happ he's still around 239, but that's still lower than what this guy was. Good. But Christopher Morel was right around the McGuire line. Hey, 199, 200. Kid has power. Kid has a lot of power, and maybe the change helps him. Did you freeze?
I didn't hear any of that. Nah, I don't know. One of us did. I didn't hear any of that.
I was saying the kid has power. His average is around the McGuire line. I went to a was it a Cubs game? Was it opening day? Yeah, it was opening day this year. That's right. That's how few I've been to. I went down to Texas on opening weekend, and Morel was out there in warmups. And when you see him in uniform, he doesn't look very big. But in warmups, that dude is cut. Cut. He can't hit for average. And maybe going to Tampa Bay helps him a little bit because Cubs hitting coaches just aren't doing it.
Does he have a brother in the league?
Morel, I don't know. I didn't look that far into him. He got traded.
Oh, I'm just
going to look.
I don't know. There's a guy with the last name Morel that plays on the Padres also. He's kind of a little fucking guy too.
Is it spelled the same?
M-O-R-E-L? No, okay, no. This is M-O-R-R-I-L, I think, or E-L maybe. I don't know.
Well, maybe it is.
In the middle, I remember that.
Maybe they just, spelled it different on their birth certificates when they were forging them. I am 12.
Right. Hey, you'd be great in the Little League World Series.
Yeah. Just like the dude from the Benchwarmers.
That movie's so awesome.
And it was Jeff that said he had never seen it.
Yeah, I can't believe that. It's he definitely needs to spend an hour and a half and just watch that.
Is that movie even an hour and a half?
Most movies are 90 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I am 12.
They might have cut that to 87.
Let's see. Jackson Holiday, he got called back up by the Orioles after they traded their third baseman or second baseman. He got called up. They're making a big deal out of him. I think. Yeah, he's second baseman now.
No, but I mean the kid they traded, I think, was the second baseman.
And they're making a big deal. He had a grand slam in his first game up, and I'm like, look, his first stint didn't go so well. Maybe the kid turns it around.
No, his first stint went horribly.
But you got to let some of these young guys develop. Don't put that much pressure on them. I mean, let's go back to late 80s, early 90s card collecting. You're going to know some of these names and how popular these cards were for their rated rookies. Chris Sabo.
Yeah, right.
What happened to him? Greg, that was my other one. Greg Jeffries. Greg Vaughn, which he was okay. He was better than the first two.
Right.
Gary Sheffield was one of them. He was one of the best ones to come out of that.
Hall of Famer.
Hey, I'm all in for the steroid era because they found more pitchers doping than hitters. You know what? Put them in. Right. The era they were playing in, they all were. Just let them in.
And the owners knew about it. The owners turned a blind eye to it, and that's where I have the problem. Where I have the problem with it is the owners turned a blind eye. They knew what the fuck was going on. When your guys come in all looking like they're fucking Tarzan, what you think they got that in 2 months of off season? Yeah, right.
And you can't tell me they didn't know because it was always home run, home run, home runs. Okay, you remember Cecil Fielder had that big year. Oh, is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? And he only ended up with like 50 something. You had the year Brady Anderson.
Brady with his 50, right.
You had Canseco and McGuire. Canseco was huge when it came up because he'd been doping for years.
Right.
But then they knew it was coming. They knew what it would build to because look at the 1998 season.
Well, the one after the strike?
Well, okay, 4 years after the strike, but yes, it was after the strike. The McGuire-Sosa home run chase.
Oh, yeah.
That brought baseball back. I remember I caught a Cubs game in Atlanta at, what was it before, Turner Field? And that was actually a nice stadium. It was pretty cool because the game we went to, I don't know how often they did it, how many years, but you would have your concession vendors would have some of the visiting teams food.
Oh, that's cool. So you get like a Chicago dog or whatever.
Dude, it was pretty sweet. And I did go see them play the Cubs. I went another time when they played the Dodgers. I don't know if they called it a Dodger dog, but they did have, a long schlong.
A long schlong from LA.
Long schlong in the buns.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect place for it.
Let's see. Yeah, they tore that stadium down, but that brought baseball back, and you knew it was too good to be true because then all of a sudden, some jealous. It wouldn't surprise me if it was the NBA say, no, we got to take baseball down.
Right. Shit, it's probably the NFL.
I think does the NFL do? I'm sure they do, but
NFL.
How many players were on them back then? Alzado?
More than that. Gastineau was on the juice too, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm sure a lot of them were. Look at some of these guys, these offensive linemen after they retire.
Right, they fucking shrink. Have you seen Taylor Lewan recently? Taylor Lewan's like 240 now. 6'5" and 240. He looks like a fucking power forward.
And I know their diet is going to be different when they're playing the line. They're going to beef them up, but dude, there's more. There was more than just baseball.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I try to tell me LeBron James isn't on the juice. You know what I'm saying?
Why hasn't he broke down yet?
Because he's been on the juice the whole time. He never fucking stopped. And he's on the special LeBron James juice, man. He's on that shit that nobody knows what it is.
I need a dose of LeBron.
Right? I'm just saying, dude, how can you be that fucking in shape still and playing at that high of a level? I don't know. it's hard for me to believe he's not on the juice. Is what I'm saying.
I compare it this way to Canseco. We all know Canseco was on the juice. His body started breaking down in the early 90s. Half a season here, 3/4 of a season.
There is different juice though too. There is one that doesn't like build muscle. It's more for like stamina. And I think that would be what I think LeBron James is on. I don't think he's on anything to completely make him even more of a Hulk than he already is.
Right.
But I think he's on something for stamina.
Well, then why don't they give it to Anthony Davis or Kiwi Leonard, Paul George?
Because Kiwi's a pussy. That's why.
Well, I'm just saying, hey.
Well, like I see it.
They could be going to LeBron. LeBron be like, yeah, you want to make a few? I'll make a few bucks. I'll get you some stuff. All right. Hey, let's talk baseball.
No, see, LeBron is smart and he doesn't want to get caught. And the more people that know, the more people that can fuck you. See?
Oh,
that's
so you're saying,
fucked up.
You're saying he's pulling a Lance Armstrong.
Yeah. He's got some alien dope, is what he's got.
All right, hey, let's look at baseball standings.
Yes,
playoff-wise.
Funny enough, actually.
I've got American League up right now. We'll look at the East. So we got, 2 months to go?
Roughly 2 months, yeah.
In the East, you got Baltimore, New York, Boston, Tampa Bay, Toronto. Toronto's out. Tampa Bay, they probably ain't gonna, neither is Boston, at least as far as division. I think it's going to come down Baltimore, New York, and the other one's going to get a wild card.
I think Boston might even slip into the wild card, to be honest with you. They've been playing good baseball.
When you look at their record, they're going to be able to stay ahead of Minnesota or Kansas City.
Right. Kansas City's playing good ball, too.
Well, they're going to be able to stay ahead
Cleveland's
of Seattle.
Tough. No, Seattle. I don't see the Seattle getting a wild card. I don't.
You don't? Unless we get hot at record right now, and they got the same amount of wins as Boston.
We're 3.5 back right now.
Yeah, but they've got the same amount of wins as Boston. That last wild card gonna come up pretty good. So you got the Central. Central has Cleveland, Minnesota, Kansas City, Detroit, and the White Sox. Okay, the White Sox have been out of contention since opening day.
Yeah. Are they trying to are they trying to move? Are they trying to relocate?
Dude, Reinsdorf pulled that shit when I was younger. We're just going to move to Tampa Bay.
We can't do
the
that
stadium
anymore.
And stuff. The Rays Stadium, I don't know if they're still in it. Dude, that was built back for the White Sox back in the 90s before they got, as they call it, whatever it is now, but it's New Comiskey. And that's how they use that as leverage to get Chicago to, hey, all right, we'll build you a new stadium.
And is that what they're trying to get now? Another stadium?
No, I just think they suck. I don't really see them moving. I know there's been rumblings of them. If Jeff was on here, he would know. Pulling the whole let's move.
Right, yeah, I forgot. I mean, I forgot that you're not in Chicago for a minute there. My bad.
Well, I don't follow the Sox, but I know they suck. But I don't know a lot of those little rumblings. Like I said, Jeff would know. Well, they don't draw.
We'll ask him next week, I guess.
I mean, the Sox have never been a team that draws.
Not even when Frank was there?
Chicago, huh?
Not even when Frank Thomas was there? Like the late or early 90s, I should say?
They were good, so they did draw. But it still wasn't a packed house all the time. It's not like Wrigley Field will be packed and they suck. Right. Sox fans, kind of a little smarter than a lot of Cubs fans. Cubs fans are like, oh, man, I can get tickets. Let's go. Sox fans are, why do I want to go watch that shit?
Southsiders, right?
Well, it makes sense. And the tickets are cheaper.
Which ones? The Cubs are?
The Sox tickets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you would assume, yeah. Can't get anybody in the building.
And above the Sox, you got Detroit. Detroit's pretty much done.
Yeah.
And then Cleveland, Minnesota, Kansas City. I think Cleveland will take that division and leave that wild card. I think you're going to get one wild card out of each division, possibly, if not both, maybe from the Central. Then you got your West: Houston, Seattle, Texas, Angels, and Oakland. Okay, Oakland's out. May as well say the Angels are out.
Texas is pretty much out unless they go on a hot streak real quick. But
they're only 4.5 out of the division.
Right, but that's still 4.5.
I wouldn't take them out of it. That's going to be a 3-way deal. That's why I think each division is going to get a wild card team.
They must have a lot of makeup games or something, because they're 52 and 57 and 4 games out. Mariners are 57 and 53. How is that only 5 games? They're 5 games out. They're 5 games down in the loss and 4 in the and they have 4 more losses.
Think of it this way. Okay, Seattle's 57-53. One more win. The Rangers are 53 and 57. That's the same amount of games.
Oh yeah, fucking A. Yeah, you're right. I'm just fucking stupid ass. Good call, bro.
You're welcome. I'm glad you understood how I was looking at that.
Appreciate your math. Good job. I appreciate that.
It's old school math. It's not the whole 1 + 4 is cheese stuff.
Hey, but 1 × 1 is 2.
Unless it's cheese.
Unless it's cheese, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you haven't had to deal with the new math crap.
No.
Yeah, anyway, oh man. Anyway. All right, National League. You got the East. Philly, Atlanta, Mets, Washington, Miami. Miami and Washington are out.
Definitely.
Mets are about
playing good though.
Mets are about out, and Atlanta may get a wild card, and that's a maybe until you look at that National League West.
Yeah, they're stacked.
Oh
wow! So I didn't realize Arizona caught fucking San Diego. Wow.
Yeah, San Diego, since they started spending all this money, they've just been mediocre.
They're 8-2 in their last 10.
I'm talking like the last couple of years since they started spending their money. You know, Machado
season, right?
Yeah.
And Tatis.
Yeah, I think he's another one of those overpaid guys. I mean, what does he bring to the table? I mean, does he hit 30 home runs a year?
He hits for power.
You're gonna make me look at this.
Power. He plays good defense. He's just here spinning.
I'm sitting there spinning.
Yeah, you were, but it's all good.
Well, I was looking up some stuff. Now. So Tatis, I got Tatis's stats right here. Let's
right. He had one good year.
He's now a right fielder instead of a shortstop.
Right.
All right. So decent average, 276. To me, that's a good average. Solid. They like these players nowadays that are, hey, I don't care if you hit 220. What's your WAR? He's got 14 home runs. Not bad.
He's been 36 RBIs.
36 RBI.
Can't cut. That's not it.
Now, and I didn't realize. I thought he was older, but he's only 25.
Yeah.
Machado not having that much of a better year. He has a lot more RBIs. But okay, so back to the NL East. So you think Philly's taking that, and Atlanta may miss wild card?
No, I think Atlanta gets a wild card.
They have 3.
What's that?
They have 3 wild cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so they may get one because you ain't getting a wild card out of that hot mess of a NL Central.
No. They're horrible. It's like the West in the American League.
Now there is a chance if St. Louis stays hot. St. Louis, they're 56 wins right now, but I think Milwaukee's going to win that one. Then you're going to have the West. I mean, Cubs are fighting to stay out of last, and they may make it. They may finish third. But then you have the West. I think you get 2 wild card teams out of there. I think Dodgers, not Chargers, Dodgers, Padres, Diamondbacks make the playoffs. And that would leave your other playoff team as Atlanta.
The Atlanta Braves, right? Yeah, I don't see
Atlanta going very far.
I mean, it would be amazing for them. I mean, you're missing your best pitcher and your best fielder, and you still make the playoffs. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So, right now in the wild card race, I mean,
they're up
in the AL. You got Boston, Seattle, Tampa Bay within 5 games. Texas is only 8, and that could change in divisional play because Seattle's above them.
For now.
Then you got the National League. You got Atlanta, San Diego, and Arizona as the top 3. And those probably will be the top 3. Mets are kind of hanging around, but it is the Mets.
Right. And the Mets are so streaky this year, so it's crazy. But San Diego is the hot
last 10, but they're 7-3
San Diego's
last 10.
Yeah, and like I say, San Diego's 8-2, Arizona's 7-3. Last 10 at least tells you like how the team's been trending. Like the
Cubs are only 6.5 out of a wild card.
See, you guys are right there.
It's hey, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah,
barely. All right, that was some baseball. What else? We got the Hall of Fame game tomorrow. Brings us. I was having a conversation with my dad yesterday. I said, hey, a Hall of Fame game doesn't count as preseason because he was kind of having a fit. What do you mean Caleb Williams ain't starting? I said, none of their starters are going to start. This is an extra game.
No, this does count as a preseason game.
No, it doesn't. They have 3 preseason games. I already looked at the schedule. I did it with my dad. Bears play 4 games if you include the Hall of Fame game.
Really? Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought that counted as their first preseason game.
Yeah,
because they got to go to camp a week earlier than everybody else too.
Because they have that game, but they play 4 games in the preseason.
Huh.
But then I start seeing more rumblings about, other starters not playing in preseason. You know what? Why have a preseason in the NFL? You know what? Do it. I understand they do that to get warmed up and ready, but just put a deal out there. It's like, you know what? Our starters will play some to half the snaps in the last game and let them go from there. Let your experienced guys have a rest. Your preseason should be for your rookies and your guys trying to hang on to a roster spot. Hey, let me earn this. Give me the chance. And then if you got some guy out there pushing someone for their position, you go to that guy and be like, hey, you better play this next game if you want to keep your spot. Go show me.
No, I agree. And Roger Goodell's take on this is he was ready to cut another preseason game and make it a regular season game. He doesn't believe in the preseason either.
I would too.
I think 2 preseason games is more than enough.
Yeah, I mean, because
you play your starters a half of one, and you play them 3/4 of another one, get them to get their rhythm and all that timing shit down. Yeah, 2 weeks is more than enough, in my opinion. 4 weeks of camp, though, I think you need a month of camp. But 2 games, I think is more than enough.
Keep the camp.
But I'm talking the length of the camp, because the fucking Players Association will get all their rules about how you can treat their players and shit. But you still need that time to get the timing of football.
Yeah, you can get a lot of that timing in your camp and in a couple preseason series, but I throw that 18th game in there. Look at how much money these players are making. You throw another game in there, can that maybe help lower the cost a little bit for fans to attend an NFL game?
Well, and here's another one too. They need to put some sort of a cap on quarterback salaries because this shit is getting fucking ridiculous.
Oh, it's nuts.
I mean, okay, great. So they're going to get all this TV money. Great. You know where it's going to go? It's going to go to a fucking quarterback.
Well, it is. And
how can you give Jordan? How is Jordan Love the highest fucking played player in the NFL? He's played 8 fucking good games.
Wait a minute, because he was going to be one of my rants.
I'm sorry, I'm taking it away.
No, go ahead. I'm going to let you go. But is he really the highest? I know he signed a contract, huge, and I'm like, no.
Yes,
no.
I am 99% sure he is not, because he got paid more than Burrow did. I'm pretty sure. So it's that whole thing of the next quarterback has to get more money than the last quarterback. That's bullshit. That's doesn't even in a business that doesn't make sense to just continually pay the highest. It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's a lot of it comes from their franchise tag. So your franchise tag, if you get franchise tagged, you get paid if you sign the tender. What is
average
it? The average of the top 3 to top 5?
I think it's top 5. You might be right.
Goes up every year. That's going to go up every year. But no, you're right. They shouldn't be getting. Jordan Love has not earned that contract. Mahomes came out the other day and said, "I'm getting paid enough."
Yeah, exactly.
If Patrick Mahomes is not your highest paid quarterback in the NFL right now, you have a problem with how you're paying people.
You have a huge problem. You have a guy that, again, he's played one fucking season. Yes, he's been in the league for 3 years. He's played one season.
Yeah,
and you give him all that money. Season. He got him to the playoffs, but didn't make this fucking Super Bowl.
They need to, but the Packers, and I hate them. I hate them.
Right.
They're kind of like, who else are we going to get? We may as well keep them. We put the time. There needs to be a set limit as far as.
That's what I'm saying. Because these
kind of like the NBA
by the balls too.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, NFL contracts, they're not guaranteed.
Quarterbacks are now.
The contract is not guaranteed, but they're putting more guaranteed money in there. They could still cut them. They won't get as much. You're getting.
But they already have that guaranteed money.
Yeah, but it's not as much as the contract isn't 100% guaranteed.
Right, exactly.
So you just wait till the guarantee's over and cut their ass. But if you had a stipulation, and the NBA's kind of is okay, but it still overpays their athletes. When you're talking about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or whatever his name is, possibly because of this new NBA deal, getting $80 million a year.
Oh yeah,
to play a game. At least the NBA game is more affordable to go to.
Is it though?
It's cheaper than an NFL game. They got more of them. They could spread that cost out.
Right. But their stadiums aren't as big though. Yeah, but no, it makes sense. You're right.
No, they're not as big. Look how much an NFL team is going to make at a 70,000 seat stadium. Oh, I wish Jeff was on here for this one. He'd go nuts too. You have that many people. Some of the stadiums, you can't even see the field. So you're just going to party. So you want to go pay, $800 to sit nosebleeds at Jerry Jones Raping Your Ass Stadium so you could see the scoreboard that's hanging? You ain't seeing the field from up top. I'm telling you.
You're not seeing the field from up top. What do you mean?
If you're in the nosebleeds, you're barely seeing that field. You're looking at that scoreboard.
Well, yeah, but
stay home and watch TV.
You're right. You can just stay home and watch it on TV.
Yeah.
Correct.
When you got DJ Moore, I think just signed a huge contract with the Bears. I want to say the largest one in their history for a wide receiver, if not a player. Don't quote me on all that to the nuns of the ones or the nuns that are watching.
Right.
But at least he kind of earned it. Jordan Love, I'm surprised you haven't pulled up his stats yet.
Jordan Love? I'll get to that in just a second. I was looking up salaries first to make sure that I'm right on this. Now, again, according to NFL.com, quarterback Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers have agreed on a 4-year, $220 million extension that ties Love with Joe Burrow and Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence as the highest paid players in the league with an average salary of $55 million a year. So the top 3 guys tied are Lawrence, Burrow, and Love.
Top 3. And see, where's Patrick Mahomes or Lamar Jackson?
Ridiculous.
Where are those two? Why aren't they the top 2?
Right. Exactly.
And now what this is going to do.
But again, though, the quarterbacks have these teams by the balls, though, too. Because what was Jacksonville going to do? Cut Trevor Lawrence and go fishing? And go fishing for another quarterback?
Exactly.
Like I said, the quarterbacks got these teams by the ball. Same with Tua. What are they going to do? Cut Tua and pray they can get somebody to run that off?
He signed a contract, too. Did you see his?
Yeah, his was he got overpaid, in my opinion.
Oh yeah. I think Trevor Lawrence was overpaid, too.
Me too. Again, I don't mind Joe Burrow. I don't mind Joe Burrow being up there. I don't. I think Joe Burrow.
Did he make the Super Bowl?
Right, exactly. They're talking about that class with Joe Burrow and what was it? Joe Burrow, a guy from Philadelphia, Jalen Hurts. There's like 5 guys out of the class or whatever. Their contracts are worth like $1.5 billion for just the quarterbacks out of that fucking draft class.
And if they're making $55 million per year, that counts against the cap, and part of the way their cap is too. Part of their signing bonus counts against it. So you just ate up. If your salary cap is $200 million, you just ate up a fourth of your salary in one player.
Right?
In one player. Oh wait,
you wonder what?
You got Jamar Chase to go along with Joe Burrow.
Right, and he's holding in too.
So when you go to pay him, if he's going to get 30-something million a year, which didn't Jefferson break the bank on that one at 38 million or close to per year?
Yep. Yeah, and Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill came out and said he's going to want to fucking negotiate again too. Down in Miami.
Hey, you're going to have 2 players, a quarterback and a wide receiver with almost half your salary cap space. Oh, wait. You got a defensive lineman.
255 is the salary cap. So, I mean, you get another $500,000 or
okay.
50 million.
So outside of your quarterback,
there's your quarterback contract.
See, if I'm an NFL team owner, I really wouldn't draft quarterbacks in the first round a lot. Not like teams do nowadays. They put everything on them because Ryan Leaf, Achilles Smith.
What's that?
Rick Meyer. No, I was saying if I'm an NFL team owner, I'm not drafting a quarterback in the first round all the time. They're putting everything in these first round guys. Take you a lineman. The lineman costs are so much cheaper. Look, and I understand, the 49ers didn't know what they had. Brock Purdy. His contract is perfect for their time window, but he's about to get paid 2-3 years. But he came out good.
And really, he deserves to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks.
He does. But you know what? He signed a contract. When you sign a contract to me in any sport, that's what you sign. Hey, I signed for this amount of years, this amount of money, and I fully understand that it's going to change year by year because with these quarterbacks getting these raises this year, look at next year's franchise tag quarterbacks. You should pull up who's going to be free agent quarterbacks next year. So the franchise tag cost just went up even more.
Yeah, if you franchise tag a quarterback, you're paying at least $50 million. At least. I don't even know who the other two guys are, but you got the top three denominators on that are going to be 55. It's going to be tough to fucking knock it down.
You know, get you a good line where you can have a good running game and develop a quarterback. Start them slow, run first.
Well, and the contracts, the structuring of your second contract is way better, or for franchise-wide, it's way better to try to re-sign a second rounder than to re-sign a first rounder. Like the first rounders still have fucking some sort of clout. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but they still have, there's benefits of being a first rounder versus a second rounder, even going into that second contract.
Right.
And that's the, you know, that's the one everybody wants to get to, is a second contract. That's where you get, you really get paid.
You know, and I remember for years you had the older players, and you'll probably remember this. So you had older players wanting to get paid after they had all those cheap contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get cut after so many years, after the guaranteed dollars and all. And, oh, your cap hit's going to be $50 million. Okay, we got to cut your ass. You know, you're past your prime. And I get where the players are coming from. I want to get paid now, but they're not going to let go of it. Tyreek Hill's what, 30, 31?
Probably.
Okay. His contract probably, if I'm the Dolphins, if his contract goes to he's 33, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait him out and be like, okay, I'll get you a 2-year deal. I'm not going to sign you now and extend when, and a lot of times in the NFL, you're not even extending off the contract. You might sign an extension with 2 years left, but you just restructured the first 2 years that were left and then added 2 years to it. That's all they've done.
Right.
Well, that was a hot topic.
So here's, you that quarterback shit gets me fired up though, because it's just dumb. But then turn around and look at it. Look at it with your running backs. I feel bad for them guys. They're getting beat up almost every play. But your quarterback, who can't be touched, yes, he does throw the ball. It's a passing game. But how many Super Bowl winners have there been without a running back? That was not an important part of that offense. Ask John Elway. Ask John Elway. You know, look at the teams that won with running backs. You know, we talked about Dilfer the other day. Dude, fucking Jamal Lewis was a tank.
He didn't have to be a huge quarterback. If you get the right offense in there, hey, run the ball. Okay, 85 Bears with Walter Payton and Jim McMahon.
Right.
Jim McMahon wasn't insanely great. He had great moments. He was good.
Because his guys were wide open because everybody had to stop Walter Payton.
Exactly. You know, Tennessee, I really think Tennessee blew the ball with Derrick Henry. Travis Henry played for him too, I think. But
he did.
You had such a great running back, and Tannehill was okay, but why didn't you get him a better defense, you know, to kind of keep them going? Because they were winning games, but you didn't get enough of those other pieces. Save your money, pay Henry, run the ball down their throats. If I'm Henry, hell yeah, I go to Baltimore like he did. They're a run-heavy game. He's a running back. He wants to run the ball. He's cool with it. They know when they get in there, they're going to get their brains beat out. They may not know their names after 3-4 years, but they want to go run the ball.
Exactly.
He's going to Baltimore. I thought it was a great move. Me and Jeff had a conversation about it, and I said, hey, if Baltimore got Henry, that'd be nuts. The talk was Henry going to Houston. Why would he want to go to Houston?
Dallas, too. I heard Dallas was in the mix for him, too. I heard.
Why would he want to go there? Those are pass-heavy teams.
Yeah, you're right. McCarthy does like to pass the ball.
if I'm a running back, why am I going to a pass heavy team?
Right.
Now, the shocker to me was Barkley going to the Eagles, but the Eagles do run a lot more than people think.
And they like to run.
Yes.
Sirianni would like to run the ball. He doesn't like to air it out too much.
No.
He would much rather run the ball.
He does it where your passing game is set up by your running game. Yeah, you throw a couple short passes in there early on, but you're running the ball a lot.
I think the Eagles did lead the NFC in rushing. I think, though, I could be wrong, but I think they led the league or the NFC in rushing. Oh no, never mind. No, I'm talking out my ass. San Francisco probably did.
Yeah, because they use and see San Francisco's offense. I like it. They're not quote unquote running the ball. They're using receivers to run, but they got McCaffrey, who is hurt a lot. But he takes those screen passes. He takes some short passes. Right. You got Kittle, the tight end, and you got is it Ayuk that runs the ball a lot, or is it Debo?
No, that's Debo. Debo's the one that runs the ball.
All right. That's a wide receiver. I mean, so they do run the ball a lot more. You know, your teams that run the ball, you get that balanced offense. That's why Houston, that's why I think they take a step back, because now they got Joe Mixon, who's a passing running back. He can't block very well because look how big he is. But he does do good in fantasy. However,
yes, he does.
Teams are going to be like, okay, we know you're going to pass. They'll be set up for it more. Kind of like the Bears. The Bears this year, I think it's going to be interesting how the defenses will play them. Because I know they're going to do it. They're going to come out with Williams throwing instead of feeding the ball to Swift.
And the thing is he doesn't like to check down either. And I think that, in college, he didn't check down a lot.
He didn't have to.
Right, he didn't have to. But you don't think you're just going to come out. You don't think you're going to come out in that Seattle shell and just, you know what I'm saying, make him fucking dink and dunk? They're not going to let him get any big plays, I don't think.
Yeah, that's why if I'm the Bears, hey, I'm using Swift a lot until Williams gets better. You use Williams for some play action, some short passes, which they wouldn't do with Fields. Fields, his short passes were screen passes, which was also their runs. Oh,
yeah. You love it. I know you love it.
Yeah. Good luck, Raiders. Good luck, Raiders. You got old Getsy boy.
Yeah, it's all right. You guys got Darrell Bevel. It's okay.
Is he worse? Wilson seemed to do good in his system.
Who was the offensive coordinator in the Super Bowl who didn't run the ball? Oh, that'd be Darrell Bevel.
Who didn't run the ball with Marshawn?
Yeah.
You think that was his call? I really think that was Pete Carroll's call.
No. Hell no, that wasn't Pete's call.
I'm willing. I bet you it was. It's like he probably sitting back there like, hey, you know what? They're going to think we're going to run it. If I'm the offensive coordinator, yeah, we're going to run it. That's how I think that went down. And Pete said, no, not today, buddy.
I'll bring up the national championship game that they lost to Texas. Lindell White got stopped on a fourth down play when they were going to win that game. Pete ran the ball there. Tush push. That was a running play.
I still think it was Carroll.
No way.
Won't change my mind.
Well, okay. You're right. It was Carroll because he is ultimately the head coach. That play call went through his headset and he didn't say anything. So you're right. It is Pete's call.
Thank you. I wasn't looking at it that way, but yes.
That's the only way I can look at it. Pete, no. I don't see it.
It's kind of like you look at it, 85 Bears. Mike Nick has said one of his biggest regrets was not letting Walter
Yep.
gets a touchdown.
Forgot Walter didn't score. Yep.
Yeah. You know, one of his biggest regrets. I mean, and hell, I don't know who their offensive coordinator was back then, but I don't think it was Ditka. Jeff would probably know. I know their defensive coordinator was Buddy Ryan. Hell, they may not even have one. They may not have had an offensive coordinator. It might have been Jim McMahon just calling everything.
Right.
Yo, Sweetness, you ready? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hand it to you, bro, and you just do what you do. I guess.
All right, what else we got? We went on some rants on a couple of ones I didn't think we'd go on.
Yeah, again, something's got to get done with that damn quarterback salary shit.
Well, it's about to not be them. Look at the wide receivers.
That's what I'm saying. It's not sustainable, bro. It's just not. Even it's 52. You have 52 guys left on the squad, right? To pay $200 million. You know that only averages $3 million a fucking player. That's if you paid obviously everybody even. I already did it. I did it earlier. $3.8 million a player. There's no way. Something's got to get done. I don't know what, because it's already out of control. But
it is. I mean, you're gonna have a receiver and a quarterback with close to $100 million of your salary cap.
Yeah, and that's going to knock that $3.8 million I just talked about down even lower.
You know, look at Cincinnati. There's no way they're going to keep two receivers. How are they going to keep two receivers?
You can't. That's what I mean. Something's got to get done with the salary cap. Or
they gotta
unless TV money just keeps flowing in. Which
I don't know when their next TV deal is, but
that's another thing though too. The league owes a piss ton of money because of that DirecTV shit. They owe like $15 billion or something.
They're going to be passing it down to the teams, and there's even talk about passing it to the players.
What? I heard. Obviously, it's going to be the fans that pay it because, again, owners will just raise ticket prices.
Yeah, they're talking about having the teams divvy out. I remember reading the report. I don't know if they're going to do a even amount or the teams that had the biggest ratings pay the most and the lowest ratings pay the least. I don't know, but there's talk about them passing it to the team. And then if you're the team, see, I don't understand how they could pass it to the player. How are you going to look at a player that's a rookie and be like, hey, we have this lawsuit.
Pay for my mistake, fucker.
When you didn't play, you might have been in grade school, but you're going to have to give us $1 million.
Or some of you were in college not getting paid yet.
Yeah. No, I think that's going to ruin college football. That's
they're going to need to get fucking GMs in college to just manage the cap or manage with their NIL budget.
They don't have a cap.
Well, that's what manage the NIL budget. You have a budget still. I mean, it's not a complete open checkbook. You still have to have the money in the checkbook to pay.
Well, so that means you're going to get one guy. Again, one guy. And in college, it may not be a quarterback. College could be a couple different positions. But you're going to have one guy that's going to get a good chunk of that.
Oh, yeah. It already's happened in that way.
But they're going to have to actually start getting back to more recruiting and get your lower level guys. I'll bring out some college football 25. Bring your 3-star guys in. Develop them. Hey, get a couple 2-stars. Which, by the way, so far in the NIL deals, I got a car commercial.
Nice.
And there was something else. It was like a pizza joint or something that I had to do something on. But yeah, so far nothing great on it for that. But yeah, the NIL for college, I don't like it. They're college. They're there to get an education. But I also think, hey, you know what? You're going to pay them? No more scholarships. You're going to get this much money to come here. You will pay us full tuition. Twofold. Because half the time they ain't going to class and someone else is doing it for them.
Spin it again.
Did you not hear? Did you not just hear what I said?
No, they're to get an education. I got that.
Oh, okay. I said, hey, take away their scholarships, make them pay full tuition.
That's what I think. If these kids are going to get paid the way that they're getting paid, then they need to pay for or at least some of their school.
They should. They should pay for all of it. Oh, yeah. By the way, here's our tuition. What? Right. That's over half my NAL.
Well, you want to come here and play, right? You want to come here and play football.
And the transfer portal, that's like a double whammy. That transfer portal is some shit. You commit to a team, you sign a deal. You know what? It should be at least for 2 years. You get one time to transfer to finish your other 2 years.
Unless you have a hardship, like a legitimate hardship. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like Jason White?
Did he have one?
He played like 6 years. Someone else recently is doing a hardship for 6 or 7 years. I was just reading it.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a hardship transfer. You know what I'm saying? Like your mom's fucking sick with cancer and you're in Florida and she lives in Alabama or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but okay. So how do you know college isn't going to move mom to California to go to USC when she used to live in Miami? They're going to move mom. You go to USC or you go to Tennessee or you go to Tennessee. Oh, I gotta go be by my mom. But she don't live in Miami no more.
That's why I said legitimate.
How are you gonna prove it?
Okay, your mom has lived in Alabama her whole life. All of a sudden now she lives in Oklahoma. So you want to go play for Oklahoma? No, I mean, I'm saying. You can't prove it. You can't prove it. You're right.
You get them set up with a job there. Not with the school, obviously, but there will be some schools that do it, Or you say, hey, there's this mansion here. It's all paid for. You don't have to work. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's ways to do it.
Right. Well, what they're going to need to do somehow, and again, this is way more thinking than I've done on this, but they're going to somehow have to come up with a salary cap. They're going to have to. That's all there is to it. You're going to have to. Because again, you can't pay your quarterback $16 million and not pay your running back anything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I don't know. Something's got to get done. You're right. Because this Wild Wild West shit is ridiculous.
Then look at your other sports at that school. So from what I understand, and it's confusing, is you will get so much for NIL for all of the programs.
I don't think it's that way.
And
I literally think it's you donate to whatever program you want.
Just signed a deal. Is she going to Texas? I can't remember. But a softball player just signed. I want to say the NIL deal was 6 or 7 figures. It may have been 7 figures for a softball player.
Yeah.
I'll have to pull the max. I'm going to have to look this up.
Yeah, go ahead. I'd like to hear about that. That's crazy. But no, I think it's by program, Eric. I really do. I don't think it gets divvied out. Because, again, you're getting paid for your name, image, and likeness. So really what you should be getting paid for is like doing a commercial or putting out a tweet for a certain brand or something like that. That's
all
what
right.
you're
I don't know how to say her first name.
Okay, that's fine.
Nigeri Kennedy's record-setting NIL deal. Let's see if it shows an amount. That's too far down. Okay, the unprecedented $1 million recruitment of the nation's best softball player. Let's see, this one's rivals. Maybe they'll give more numbers. Cardinal softball star announced she's transferring to Texas Tech. Oh, yeah, and went to Texas Tech. That is not a softball school.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not even a softball school, is it?
Yeah, 29-21, and then 8-16 in Big 12. She was American Pitcher of the Year 1 year. Let's see, where's dollar amounts? Okay, The answer is very simple. Why'd she transfer? $1.05 million. That's how much Texas Tech is offering to pay her per season. Made possible by boosters John and Tracy Sellers. So we would have to see what the breakdown is on the NIL money, because these other sports, they don't draw as much as college football and basketball.
Right.
We all know those are the top two draws.
But in that order. Another one. Here's another thing too. Whoever John Sellers is or whoever that fuck, what happens if this chick comes in and like gives up 5 runs in her first game, second game gives up 7 runs? You know what I'm saying? The coach is not going to want to fucking start her as a pitcher anymore. He's going to want to put her on the bench. Well, John Sellers, goddamn paid $1 million. Why is my player not playing? It's just sticky, man. The whole thing is just.
So where are they going to get this $1 million? Is it? I want to say it comes out of a pool per school.
No, like I said, I want to say that it's by sport.
I'm Googling again
because again, this is like supposed to be for like these guys doing commercials or like radio spots, and again, they're getting paid for their name, image, and likeness, so they have to do something for it. They don't just get fucking paid to get paid, because it's not pay for play. All right, let me rephrase that. It's not supposed to be pay for play.
Okay, that's the settlement. I was in college. Let's look at that. Is there a cap? Let me something reputable. Well, I don't want to just read something from some Joe Schmo on there. I want to find something reputable. Settlement. The reputable ones are having the settlement they just got. NIL collective rules. Okay, let's see what this is. See, now the schools can direct pay them. Maybe it just depends on per school. So how's that going to help the small schools?
It's not, because they don't have the boosters that can fucking put money in. You're right. That's what I'm saying. They have to do something. Because again, it's just going to be the high, it's going to be just like baseball and the Yankees.
Well, then they got to follow state laws. They can hire an agent to secure an NIL deal, but cannot sign contracts when they go pro, which the Bears have that 2nd round pick they had a couple years ago, the defensive lineman, God, what's his name, who's suing because part of his NIL deal was if he signed pro, he had to give so much of that to them. And it was like half.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Some of these NIL deals these kids are signing are fucked. They're horrible contracts.
There's too many to look through, but yeah, no, it needs to change, and it needs to be limited and governed. So you got USC. How close is UCLA? How close is Stanford? Because to me, USC is going to get more money than them two.
Probably, yeah.
Then you look at, well, trying to think. Oklahoma, they'll be able to get their stuff. Texas will be able to get.
Texas will. All the Texas schools.
But not all of them. I mean, Texas is going to get more than Texas Tech, A&M. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, to me, all money should go to a pool and divide it out. Each player. Hey, this is how many college athletes we have. All right, this percentage goes to starters. I mean, hell, how do you divvy out after that? It's horrible. Horrible.
Right. So what does the NIL mean, and where did it come from? In simplest terms, name, image, and likeness is a term that describes the means through which college athletes are allowed to receive financial compensation. NIL refers to the use of an athlete's name, image, and likeness through marketing and promotional endeavors. This can include signing autographs, product endorsements, social media posts, and more.
Okay, so and who were the ones that started all this?
Oh, right, it was Ed O'Bannon. You're right.
Oh yeah, back from God, what was that? College football, when he was on college football. Because remember, he didn't opt in, and because remember they used to not put their name, but they had like their stats, and he didn't opt in, and the player that had his, because they would have the same number, and he wasn't even in there the right way. He was mad. It's like, oh, okay. All right, is that all we got? That was some good rants.
Well, let me give you this one too.
Oh, you're spinning
the
black screen
rules. Okay.
All right, go ahead. You're back. You're back.
As of now, the NCAA has stated that the current rules are temporary until Congress has the opportunity to create national laws allowing for clear regulations for future college athletes. So again,
right now, this
Congress could change this. Right.
You know, and that Kennedy girl, $1.5 million a year at Texas Tech. That's more than she's going to make in softball in the pros. And that, what is it? The NP, I don't know. There's a national fast pitch league. But they don't make much. She's going to make more in that than in those. NPF, I think is what it's called. National Pro Fast Pitch or something. So if you're the player, well, okay. But the other thing is with these players getting this much money, look at all the NBA players, and I don't have stats to back it up, but I want to say NBA players have more money or more issues with these young kids negligently spending their money. Did I word that right?
Yes.
Then it would be the NFL. These young kids that get all this.
Well, and that's the thing is and they're signing shitty deals too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's more than a lot of them ever had, which I get. Hey, I got a lot of money.
Big time.
But hey, if you blow it all, oh God, who's the former NBA player living on the streets because he spent all his money in drugs?
Oh fuck. Delonte West.
Yes. You know, you're young and you're dumb. I mean, are they getting financial advisors? Are they setting up where, hey, you only get so much of this?
Well, he shouldn't have fucked LeBron's mom. That was his first problem.
What? What'd you say?
I said he shouldn't have fucked LeBron's mom. That was his first problem. Fornicated LeBron's mom.
So you think? No, I got you now. I heard you. So you think LeBron set him up afterwards? Like, oh man, here's some coke. Throw it on his hotel room and leave. Not say a word.
I don't think he did that, but
I bet he would. I'd do it to somebody who did that.
So what do you say this league is called?
I think it's NPF, league? National Pro Fast Pitch.
Women's professional fast pitch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it still around a team?
Yeah. It looks like there's only a couple teams though.
Yeah, I think there used to be 8. I don't know if there still is.
I'm only showing 2, I think. Something Vipers and the Texas Smoke.
Nah, there's got to be more than that.
Wait, maybe. Well, hold on.
Here we go. Let's see. National Pro Fast Pitch.
That's the one.
Salaries between 3 and 10,000. Oh yeah, because they got the Chicago Bandits.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. 3 and 10,000.
3 to 10,000. So let's see. What can we?
So they definitely have to have a job during the season, even.
Yes. I guess they don't even have a website. It's kind of shitty. You don't even have a website. I don't know. I'm just finding Wikipedia, and I don't want to sit here and read Wikipedia.
No, I guess they don't.
It ceased in 2021. That's why.
No wonder
official website. Let's see if the website's still up. Oh, now it's Women's Professional Fast Pitch. Welcome to the league. And you might be right. That's the only two I'm seeing there.
Yep. It says here on the website, the Softball Zone, National Pro Fast Pitch suspends games for 2021 season.
Yeah, they never came back.
Probably not. Yeah.
Ownership opportunities.
Yeah, I saw that. What do we need to do?
Fill out a form. Company.
Okay.
That's all. They want you to fill out a form. They give you no more information. Give you no more information. Yeah, that's kind of shady.
We should own a softball team. Maybe once they get 2 or 3 more teams in the league first. Let's get some more teams first.
Well, maybe that's why they want the other owners.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, I guess that's about it. Don't really have a WNBA deal this week because hey, they're on a hiatus because of the Olympics.
But the best players not in. The best 2 players in the league aren't in the Olympics. What's up with that?
Hey, I bet they're on the next one.
I'll bet they are too.
And I bet they probably a little more dominant than with those two. If they keep playing how they can play, that might be the most dominant women's team. I'd have to. Well, I can't say that because women's basketball has been so far ahead of the other countries at the beginning that, 20 years
too.
Well, they are, but compared to 20 years ago when you had other teams or didn't have other teams as good as you, yeah, of course they were stomping holes in them.
Right. Letting teams score like 5 points and shit.
Yeah. But I bet they could run through and get a gold. Because if you think about it, so Caitlin's, 24, 25? I think Angel's 22-ish. So you get 1, 2, you might get 3 Olympics out of them. Or 3 Olympics out of Caitlin. You might get 4 out of Angel.
Depending.
I said might. But the next 2,
and
I think they should be real good.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Well, I don't see us losing a women's basketball for another. Maybe during our lifetimes, we might not see them lose in the Olympics, or not lose a game, but like not come home with gold.
Yeah, and make no mistake, there are other ladies in that league that are good, but they're not drawing.
Oh, yeah.
But these 2 have drawn, and they're rookies. That's Sue Bird still play? I don't think so.
No, she retired this year. Either this year or last year.
And then, but I think Taurasi is playing still. I think she's on the Olympic team.
Yeah. She was one of the ones that ran her. She was one of the ones that ran her mouth.
Yeah, they got a lot of other players. I mean, that one on the WNBA team that had the 36 points.
Yeah, she's a baller.
They'll be talented, So.
From what I heard about one of their games, is all they did is just pass the ball to Griner because she's taller than everybody else, and she just scores every time.
And see, you know what? You brought that up. Okay, so we're on a rant. I would not have put her on the Olympic team. After her kneeling, any of them that's to me. If you're gonna kneel during our national anthem,
after you got fucking saved, after you got saved from being in fucking Russia, and we brought you back.
No, she kneeled before. She stands now. Okay. But the fact that she kneeled, it's like, so you want to kneel and be on the Olympic team? I don't think so. Sorry. I lost all respect for her when she did that.
What was she kneeling for?
Some kind of
Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah, it's around the same time. Good old Cap. Good job, Cap. What happened to your career after that? Yeah. They tried coming out saying it's collusion, and he got money from the NFL.
He did.
But it wasn't collusion. It was the fact that no one wanted to touch him because it was just and I'm not even going off his skills. He was just
right. I was going to say he was not even that good when he was starting for San Francisco. Then he got benched.
Yeah, he had a good half a year to get him into the Super Bowl.
When nobody knew how to fucking defend read option.
Exactly. You know, good job, Kaepernick. How much you making now? Oh, wait, Nike signed him to a contract. That's not the reason I don't buy Nikes, but I'm going to add it to why I don't, in case I think about changing my mind.
You should. They're the best shoes out there.
No, they're not. I hate Nikes. I mean, they're uncomfortable. They're just uncomfortable. They're narrow. I just don't like Nike shoes.
No, you're weird. It's okay.
Hey, I did actually buy a pair of Under Armour shoes last year. I was kind of shocked. I was like, okay. But usually I'm a Adidas Reebok guy. Always have been.
Hey, see, I hate Reebok. I don't mind Adidas. Adidas are all right, but not a big Reebok guy.
But I've never been Nike.
Yeah, me, I'm the other way around. Always Nike.
Well, for shoes, I might get some of their clothing or something like that, but their shoes I can't stand. Yeah, now I don't get much of their clothing because they're so damn high now.
I got like way too high. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right.
So flag football is going to be in the 2028 Olympics. By the way, confirmed.
You took an hour and a half to get that out.
Well, no, I just looked it up again just now. But because also the Olympics are in LA that year too, so it's going to be on our home fucking turf.
Makes me wonder how many other countries act, because you got to have so many countries that do it to have it in there.
Right, and there's going to have to be some sort of tournaments to fucking qualify and all that shit.
Oh, not if you have one team. You think Lithuania has more than one team?
You never know.
You think Ecuador's got more than one flag American football team?
Well, the basketball teams have to qualify.
They probably have more than one basketball team. How popular is flag football on those teams? They probably have one.
No.
The qualifying is going to be, hey, we're doing a qualifying at such and such time. We need 24 players. All right. Sorry, you guys are late. You guys are in. That's how it's going to go.
Think so?
Well, in the countries that don't have more than one team. I mean, hey, just like dodgeball, got to go beat the Girl Scouts.
So according to NFL.com, the International Federation of American Football led the push to elevate flag football to an Olympic sport. It is an estimate, this is, I think, bullshit, but we'll see, an estimate of 20 million people are playing flag football in 100 countries.
I want to see proof. You can put that in writing, but if you got if there's no proof to debunk it, there's no proof to, you know what I mean?
Right?
100 countries.
20 million people.
I could say the United States and Canada for sure.
Obviously Japan, because they're playing regular football, so they got to be playing flag.
Yeah, that's 3. I mean, that's a whole nother set of deals.
Probably Ireland, Britain, Great Britain, they're probably playing.
So these teams,
Mexico,
there might be, because you might have the castaways from rugby that are like, oh, I want to do something.
Yeah, true.
So, all right, man, I'm going to call it.
Yep. We did 2.5 hours or an hour and a half. That's good enough.
So I guess we'll end with our usual to the nones of the ones of the twos of the nobodies that were watching. We thank you for not watching. If you do watch, thanks for watching. And I guess we need to have a little bit of this. I think it started halfway of where I left off.
I didn't cut you like the 1 minute version of this.
No, this is what I got.
Okay, I'll cut you up one, and then I'll send you that fuck you one as an outro.
All right, man.
All right, man. So
have a good one.
You too. Next Wednesday.
All right, deuces.
Deuces.